So, Sir Spence from Cardiff. First time battling, ready to go. I've wanted to battle for a long time. I've had 4 booked that have been cancelled down the years, and the idea with the academy where you've got the support of people that are experienced in the ring and stuff like that just seemed like the perfect opportunity for my first time. There's a lot of quality this year. There's a lot of good people that I've got my eye on. It's going to be a big test, but I'm confident. I think I can do it, yeah.
Yo, so my name's Dooks. I'm from Coventry, Ghost Town Entertainment all the way. Got a passion for battle rap, love the craft of rapping altogether, and I just want to expand my horizons, to be honest. I'm battling a guy called Sir Spence, and I can't wait to fucking take his head off. Yo, it's my premiere battle, and I'd like to say it's nice to meet ya, but you look like the type of freak to try and creep around the kids in the park playing hide and seek 5 times a week, whereas I make the ink bleed like paint filler. I've come to screw your image quicker than liquor with the speed of a race winner. Call me the grave digger, because when I catch a body in this lobby, I'll be standing as the main figure. And you ain't a page ripper, you're just a faggot, and that's a fact. So when I clap you in your trap, there's not a doubt you'll leave this place bitter. Let's watch the snake sliver, because Lewis ain't killer. You ain't a rapper, Sir Spence, you're a guy who thinks that acting like a twat makes a stage hitter. So you're a cat, you ain't got passion with the art. You've been bringing MCs back to chat on cast about their bars. So you've been slacking from the start. My tongue's a dagger and it's sharp. You ain't a rapper, Sir Spence. You're a fan that's got no talent for the chart. So how about we lay this down? You admit defeat and take a bow. Cause I don't need a brave off crowd to phase you out. Make a sound and I'll use my voice to overpower his. That's just how I raise the row. See, I'll be getting more than angry. Screaming that this shit's raw and nasty when I torch this Cornish pasty like Gordon Ramsay. Get me a glass, pour the brandy, because we're standing in Hell's Kitchen and I've just come to storm the pantry. Time.
Finally here! My first event. Nervous wreck. Can't believe what they put me up against. They've given me one of the founding fathers of Coventry's thriving rap scene before I've even adjusted yet. They've done Coventry festivals and all of its venues too. So let's do them justice then. Ladies and gentlemen, Coventry's own version of Corrupt FM. Catch them roaming the streets with their cans of cider. We got Dookie Pete's and Graphic Grinder. If you ain't heard them spitting in the council flat they live in, then it's quality you're missing, because they are going global. But you do still have to be in Coventry to listen. I mean, Graphic looks like Skinny Man. He's all rags and bones, man, and his sidekick here looks like Rag and Bone Man. You're like Morecambe and Wise if they were awkward on grime. Like Starsky and Hutch if they were retarded as fuck. Like Lucas and Walliams if they took shrooms and Valiums. You'd look like Shrek and Donkey if they were Shrek and Donkey, but... Your boys are sick to death of you, Dukes. Say farewell to the crew, because when you spit, you let your team down like Alhaj Joof. And Graphic, I know you need active figures to gas the listeners and help get bigger, but not this massive whinger, fat and ginger backup singer. Fuck knows why you're in a crew with this stupid bastard, because General Lee, it's clear to see that Duke's a hazard. And I got top pick in the draft. You dickheads were last. And you truly have earned it. They got my name up in lights. You've already been deemed a surplus.
So he calls himself Sir Spence, but it's clear he ain't ever been knighted. You ain't been on your knees in front of the Queen, on the edge of a knife tip. This wannabe prince is more pauper, because he starts getting excited whenever he's got some loose change or his bird starts getting the pies in. Because she's the real breadwinner, and you're a real dead spitter. And my ass is sprayed better bars when I'm illin' on the shitter. But I've heard that this batty fish pacifist snaps his wrist every time he grabs his dick and starts wanking it. And I'm surprised he can even find the pecker through all of that grime and cheddar. Because I can tell you haven't washed, bro, and you really need to hide it better. You smelly bastard. I swear there's not enough Febreze on this earth to the scent that's coming from your teeth. You're a problem with this scene. You should swallow Listerine, because I shine on any surface like I've hollered Mr. Sheen. But guys, what did you do on lockdown? I put my cup down on your bird's face every time she popped round. And Spunk, I've been putting lots out in that thot's mouth, because she's my accountant and every time she swallows, she's just adding to the stock count. Because she's a thirsty bitch. For 30 quid she serves a dick, and believe me, this dirty chick is working it. Whether she's slurping it or twerking, she's got me purring like a Persian. And she's been flirting with me chirping, so when she serves up that dessert, just know your bird has got me bursting, prick. And this guy is about as impotent as my lonely old gran. So his bird's been hoeing it on lines. She's got an OnlyFans. Lord knows how many blokes I've seen her blow on cam, and you go home to it convinced that you're her only man. Time.
So you got to battle Matter, a vet. Honestly, that man's a dude, but try to imagine you were in Matter's shoes. His don't flop return is a sad excuse. He normally makes massive views and makes classics too, and that hasn't happened due to get a match with you. You were all bark but no bite, but your bark was not as loud. You actually acted bitch against the vet and then you got put down. But there was one bar you had that got me quite intrigued. I quote, "Your tinky winky is awful stinky, like Edam cheese or rotten mincemeat."
Gone off cheese or rotten mincemeat.
Near enough. But shit, G. I mean, who am I to question an MC of his calibre? But forgive me, but dudes, can you answer me this, please?
Yeah.
Against the champ of this league, were you really expecting classics? Chatting about dick cheese. Tinky fucking winky. I mean, even mixing kids' TV and cringe dick schemes is hardly a joke. Teletubbies was a national treasure. Think of the hearts that you broke. If Tinky Winky found out, I'm sure he'd be disheartened to know. Don't you fucking dare mention Dipsy, Lala, or Poe.
Let's go, Luke.
I mean, I thought I'd let him off, thought he was still finding his feet. Then I checked his other battles out. They were quite a treat. You did a drum and bass battle. What's wrong with this massive tosser? Attempted to do double chime, then choked so they had to stop you. If those cheap, tasteless bars are all that you have to offer, you're less Harry Shotter and more happy shopper. I mean, the entire event was just fucking bizarre. He had to stiffen an upper lip and perform to a room full of 30-plus pillheads, fucking giving it some of this. And the final battle was Harrispecs. Another one that never went to plan.
No, we didn't.
Flew all the way from New Zealand, and you couldn't even reference that. Just came with more schlong jokes and 4 long chokes. You're a constant mess. You went and choked on that Kiwi like Ross from Friends. Oh. I've got 1 round left. He's getting beat on trust. I'm doing a number on this kid like Elon Musk. Time.
So I came to make flames. I was on an arson venture. You're a donkey on a mission. You're on an arse adventure. Spartan with a march. I've got a sergeant with a march. I got a Spartan's temper. And with my arsenal, I'm charging to the top of this league like Arsene Wenger. Because I'm just a gunner in this field. And I'm standing in the marksman centre. Man, I should be charging extra the way that I'm marking Spencer. But there's no war in this guy's blood. He's a pacifist at heart. Just pushing round the peace through all those channels in his arms. You ain't fighting, or rage biting, or blade slicing. He thinks we're all mates in this place. Just a shame he ain't smiling. And this guy runs a podcast. And you think to prepare for the battle, I'd go ahead and watch that. But I don't need to listen to this posh twat rob raps and beg responses from WhatsApp from the top lads. Because believe me, I clock fast. Shit. Believe me, I clock fast. Yeah, no, I'll choke it out. You've got it, man. Take it. Call it. Yeah.
I knew he'd take the angle of, "Ooh, I'm a rapper." I need you to listen here, bro. Try and fathom. No one gives a fuck about your rhyming pattern when you've got a dick in every bar like Iron Napper. Even called his Instagram Double Dickhead. Well, yeah, you got that right. For the dickhead you look right now, and for the dickhead you sound like. And my research game was crazy. Some of the pics of you that I've seen, bro, with that sad stare and that mad hair, clearly listening to Screamo. Yeah. You went from big goth to hip hop. From emo to primo. How the fuck does that happen? I guess it makes sense you were Dean though, but... You went from Bullet for My Valentine to Doodoo copied Magic Mike. Whichever one he's standing by, they're equally as tragic, right? You are an unoriginal Muppet and a vulture, it's blatant. You are the fucking epitome of cultural appropriation. Type of guy to smoke his first spliff and play Bob Marley really loud. Then he drinks his first Magnum down and screams, "Rasclat," and hear me now. And just to prove this dork is as tragic as it gets, he's got the word immortal tattooed on his neck. You massive fucking pleb. I bet he's one of those geezers circled round the statue screaming, "Protect our great leaders," All of this racism doesn't make you a patriot. You should research a bit deeper. You are not immortal, and fucking Churchill isn't either. But now I'm done with this dickhead, and I've got a few words for the lads in his squad. Because Dean's picked a shit team, I'm actually shocked. Henry's got a head like a butternut squash. Leicester's not just shit, but he's bad for a Scot. Kick's clearly mental, he's as mad as a frog.
Facts.
Enigma stole his name from a battler he's watched. I don't understand Jester with that accent he's got, and that Scouse twat's had 40 fucking battles and lost. Time.